All right, guys, I'm what you need, and we're going to talk about a couple misconceptions in boxing. And I'm going to use actually a YouTube channel that I actually look at and show you guys just how much people don't really understand boxing that much. Hold on a second, though. I need to just kind of edit out a little. There we go. So let's get into it, all right? So the one we're going to look at right now is on YouTube. Motherfucker just decided to mess with me. All right, cool. I got it now. I think technology can be a pain in the ass. I got it. Listen to this guy from this channel that I actually subscribe to.
Khan was outboxing Canelo. A lot of people have been saying that, yeah, Amir Khan was outboxing Canelo. But I think we need to put that to one side because that was great that he was outboxing Canelo. And the fact is, I gave Amir Khan a lot of credit for his performance against Canelo because that was exceptional. But let's not forget, Canelo was a bigger man. He was a lot slower. He was slower feet. He was slower of hands as well. I think Crawford's a lot faster than Canelo in every shape, way, or form. Canelo was more powerful. Yes, Crawford doesn't have that kind of power, but Crawford's a lot faster, so it's a completely different fight. You know, I don't think we should read in, oh yeah, he was outboxing Amir Khan. We know he's a great boxer. You know, we know that. The fact that he was outboxing Canelo isn't going to mean he's going to outbox Crawford. Crawford's a completely different style. Crawford's faster. He's quicker. His movement's quicker. You know, he doesn't hit as hard, but there's many other advantages that Crawford has over a Canelo, which could be a problem for Amir Khan. His speed, his movement, everything could be a problem for Amir Khan. So I don't think we need to.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So shout out first of all to Tommy Temper. Shout out to you, man, Tommy. If you want to join me in the chat in the hangout, just let me know. I'll send you a link via the messaging that we have. But this guy who's Amir something as well. I forgot what his channel's name is. Hold on a second, I'll tell you. Imran Mir TV, right? So the first thing that he said was absolutely and incontrovertibly wrong is that Amir Khan was outboxing Canelo. Amir Khan was not outboxing Canelo. Now he was winning the earlier rounds, but he wasn't outboxing Canelo, right? When we say out, there's a lot of stupid talk out here that people don't really think a lot. How can a guy be outboxing you and then you set him up and you knock him out? Not outboxing, okay? Because you have outthought him. You were doing things to set him up to get him knocked out. So no, Amir Khan wasn't outboxing Canelo. Canelo was actually technically breaking down Amir Khan, and then he got the stoppage through misdirection. So that's the first thing. The second thing he was talking about was speed. He was talking about Khan's performance against Canelo, and Canelo was significantly slower than Khan. And because of that, people think that, Khan's going to beat Terence Crawford or it's going to be difficult for Terence Crawford. It's not speed. I'll say this again and again and again. In boxing, it's more about timing than it's about speed. You can have all the speed in the world, and you get timed and you get stopped because you're not smart enough to understand when to engage and when not to engage, and how to use your speed with timing to actually beat your opponent. So once again, he's wrong. And his whole argument was based on that. Terence Crawford was faster, he's quicker, he can use both hands. This is the stupidness that we have to deal with. So I wanted to talk about misconceptions in boxing because a lot of these fans who talk boxing, a lot of them don't know what they're talking about. They don't know shit about boxing. They just talk. And unless you have boxed or you are training to box, you will realize how difficult it is to beat someone who has multiple skill sets, who has conditioned themselves very well and knows what to do, what to eat, how to treat their body so that they're always in shape. as we say, people who stay ready and they're not getting ready at all any time. And then finally, people who have studied the sweet science of boxing so that they know when they're going to face an opponent, every advantage and edge they have in them to themselves, what they can bring to the table. So pretty much, I don't know if you understand everything I've said, but I'll break it down a little bit more for you to understand. When I say bring whatever you bring to the table, you've trained, you sparred multiple opponents with multiple different styles, you have conditioned your mind, you have conditioned your body so that you're ready for whatever is presented in the ring. Guys like Floyd Mayweather and guys like Mike McCallum, they didn't train for a particular opponent per se. They trained all round. Now Floyd trained year round. Floyd was training Floyd trained all the time. He was always in shape. You know, he never was out of shape. He never had that problem. He always stayed around the weight class that he was in. So his weight was somewhere thereabouts around the weight that he was in. So Floyd did these kinds of things. Mentally, in his training program, he would go places that nobody else was going. He pushed himself places nobody else would push themselves. So the night of the fight was easy compared to what he went through. These are the kinds of things Amir Khan doesn't know about. Amir Khan balloons up in weight. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, is disciplined. Terence Crawford has applied himself. He follows some of the principles that Floyd Mayweather and others before him have done. He stays ready. He doesn't get ready. All right. The other thing with Floyd Mayweather is he was training and sparring all year round. Hopefully, Terence Crawford is doing the same or something like that. Now, why I say all of this is because a lot of people don't understand boxing. They don't understand what boxers bring to the table. They don't understand the skill sets that these boxers bring, what they actually do in the ring. They don't understand the conditioning the athletes have, the heart, the tenacity, the desire to win, and all those other factors. Okay, they don't really understand. So, by and large, there's a reason why Amir Khan is going to get knocked out by Terence Crawford. All right, this is not going to be rocket science. This is going to happen. All right. The reason is because Amir Khan, for all of the so-called speed that he has, he comes storming in with a set of shots, but defensively, especially when he's in attack mode, defensively he's flawed. Now, against Canelo, the guy tried to make an argument that Khan dropped his guard and so he made a mistake and so he was knocked out. No, Canelo set up Amir Khan for that knockout. Okay, Canelo set up Amir Khan for that knockout. Canelo was only landing a couple body punches early in the fight. Later on in the fight, he was able to establish his jab. And from that, he kept on going to the body. And then the critical moment when Amir Khan had just got jabbed, he went, instead of to the body, he went to the head. And Amir Khan bit the feint, the jab to the body feint, and Canelo caught him over the top with an overhand right, which, as we know, Amir Khan is always open for. All right, so Danny Garcia caught him with an overhand right. Danny Garcia also caught him with a left hook. Khan is open for the overhand right and the left hook. Those are combinations that knock you out. All right, through his career. All right, so this is not rocket science that Amir Khan is going to get knocked out by Terence Crawford. I'm not seeing it any other way, really. If Terence Crawford goes the distance with Amir Khan, which would be amazing, it's either Amir Khan superseded his expectations and performed much better than he ever did in his life, or Terence Crawford is not as good as people claim he is. It's that simple. Because if you do your homework on Amir Khan, you're going to catch him. Chris Algieri caught him. All right? Sammy Vasquez caught him. These are not as good opponents as Terence Crawford. So if Terence Crawford can't get Amir Khan out of there or even drop his ass, Terence Crawford ain't all that. I'm just saying it right now so people will know. Okay, so now people are going to say, well, that's an ignorant thing to say because styles make fights. And Terence Crawford, there's a blueprint on how to beat Amir Khan. There's literally a blueprint on how to beat him. All right, so this is not rocket science. Amir Khan can get stopped. He can be dropped. He's been touched by just about everybody. Amir Khan is going to get knocked out. Okay, it's just what it is. Right. Shout out to Tommy Temper once again. I didn't see Tommy Temper engage me in anything else. So I'm just gonna go on talking a little bit more about some other misconceptions in boxing. So very recently, you guys told me that Gerald Baby Miller, he was caught. At least it was reported that he had a PED show up in one of his urine tests. I read the article, etc., which is amazing. Deontay Wilder actually hinted that early on that Gerald Miller could be using PEDs, and it so happened that he was. Now, the question I have for many a person is, well, we don't know if Gerald Miller is still going to be facing Anthony Joshua, which is going to be a pity, but it is what it is. If the fight doesn't go through, it is what it is. But the more important thing I want to say is that the public's misconception about PED use of somebody getting caught with PEDs is that the public immediately thinks that the person who's caught with PEDs is guilty. But you have to know what is the PED that you're looking at, if it is a PED in this case, how it's being used, etc., etc., etc. So there's a number of things. Again, people tend to just kind of go over the top of things. But like I said, you have to be able to critically analyze things and assess things. All right. Now today, Floyd Mayweather is supposed to make some announcement of some kind. So stay tuned for that. I don't know what he's going to announce. Floyd always likes to get attention, so that's another thing you have to watch out for. Um, but we're talking boxing here, and hopefully that you guys will have a great day. I'm gonna step out, get something to eat, come back, and sometime tonight I might start talking a little bit more about boxing. Hopefully, pound for pound boxing report will come out sometime today, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more about boxing. Tommy Temper, man, I didn't hear anything from you, bro. First you said yes, Anson, and that was it. I didn't hear anything more from you. Shout out to my boy Tommy Temper. Been doing a bit of songs and a bit of music. I tried to do a Snyder Cut stuff on the other channel, but I'm about to bounce. So if you guys have anything else you want to say, please say it. But like I said before, I'm tired of hearing the same bullshit from people who, in a way, just don't know shit about boxing. But they're talking. Sometimes it's annoying. All right, guys, have a great day. Blessings, peace. Your boy's gone.